I'll give this deck a nice clean cut, and we will see what is in the cards for all you gorgeous Leos for the next couple weeks. Where are you going? What is happening? We've got a four of swords. We've got a queen of coins, and we've got a page of swords. All right. So, good. So this four of swords is you disengaging with conflict, both inner and external. And that is a very smart idea, at least for now. We can't say that it's always a good idea to disengage from conflict, because sometimes you just have to go in there and lean into the conflict, stand up for yourself and all that kind of stuff. But it's saying this couple weeks is probably not the best way of handling things. It's better for you to just remove yourself from it, from any conflict. And when you do that, you should instead focus on nurturing the things in your world that need nurturing, especially, or not necessarily even that need nurturing, but that desire your nurturing, that you want to nurture, especially things like finances and other worldly things, physical health. The worldly wealth is where you want to be focusing, is really nurturing, being a nurturer to your life, not getting in the weeds with people, not being reactive at all. Now, this page of swords is talking about your possible vulnerability to misinformation, which is another reason why it's good to just disengage, because you don't want to believe people this next couple of weeks that have things to say that might get you riled up, that might upset you. So turn off the news for the most part. Just get the headlines. Don't listen to a lot of commentary. Don't read a lot of stuff online that might get you upset, because it's all based on nothing. It's all based on half-truths or mistruths or misunderstandings, and just in general assume that most people don't know what the heck they're talking about. And that's not a judgment on them, but it's so that you can not be vulnerable to getting pulled into stuff that's really not what you think it is. So just assume that most people, just over these next couple of weeks, as a tool for yourself, even whether it's true or not, most people don't know what they're talking about. Therefore, you can take everything with a grain of salt and don't let anything get you riled up. Okay? Let's see. Let's open this up a wee bit here. Let's take one panel on top. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got the Six of Wands. That's nice. And then this wonderful Fool card. That's great. So these two cards really go together, the Knight and the Page of Swords. This is you. It looks like you're kind of getting over this, whatever this was. It's you. Just remember that knights are helpers and swords are conflict. And the Knight of Swords is usually offering help that you don't want. It's usually offering you assistance in getting into conflict. And this is saying, let's stay out of conflict. And so it looks like you're doing well with that, but you just want to stay vigilant with that, because there's nothing over these next couple weeks that getting upset at people is going to do for you that's good. Like I said, sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes if you're upset at somebody, it's because you need to go in there and do something. But this, right now, that's not the case. Right now, it's really that you need to remove focus from those conflicts and to put the focus where it's important. And that is in your work, your career, and your finances, your health. And the Six of Wands is saying that it's time for a solar light experience in your work. And a solar light experience is you turning to and becoming one with the divine design. So the sixes are sphere number 6 on the tree of life. And the sixth sphere on the tree of life is represented by the sun. And the sun represents us being dependent on a spiritual source. It's just, the sun is just a physical representation or symbol of that. So in a very similar way that we here on earth would not be able to survive without the sun, you as a soul could not be without your source, because you're like a ray of light from a star or a sun. It's a symbol. But if that sun wasn't there, then there would be no you. So you're dependent on that source. And when you recognize that you're dependent on that source and you call upon that source, that solar light is able to reorganize things in your life so that it starts to look like and be in alignment with your soul. And your soul is always perfect. Your soul always has its needs met. There's nothing that about your soul that is anything other than perfect and happy and permanently, eternally perfect. And we call that the true will or the divine design. And so when you're at one with your true will or the divine design, then these things, these conflicts and things like this, they just disappear because they're not part of the divine design, or they resolve in very wonderful ways. And so for now, just right now, just for these couple weeks, let that solar light take care of all of that. Not you personally, not you trying to battle with anybody. You take yourself out of those battles, go instead into the solar light and lean into what the solar light is having you do. And it looks like the solar light is having you really focus on creative work or career, job, finances, and health. That's really where all of the blessings are being poured. Now, this Fool card is where you want to be. The Fool card is never fooled. It's that's the dichotomy. The fool cannot be fooled because the fool is always at one with his innocence or her innocence. And an innocent person can't be fooled because they only see the truth, and they're always protected. They're always guided. They're always, usually this is, unfortunately, this is not a complete symbol here. Usually there's a dog or some kind of animal that's guiding and guarding the fool. And that's something that's important with this symbol that is just happens to be missing from this picture, but it's still there in the card. So you are always guided, you are always protected, and you don't have to worry about being fooled. But the only time that you're fooled is once you say, oh, I know something. I know what to do. And then that's the in. Then we were talking about how people don't know what they're talking about. Well, if you're all of a sudden buying what they're selling, then you're vulnerable to it. But the fool is never buying anything, doesn't have to buy anything because everything is provided for. So it's never looking to be sold any bill of goods because the fool doesn't need anything and you don't need anything because ultimately that's who you are, because the fool is guided and protected by infinite intelligence. And that's what this whole idea of the solar light is for you, Leo, is when you work with that solar light, rather than trying to come up with your own ideas about what to do with these people or these situations, you work directly with the solar light, then you are guided like this fool, and nothing can fool you. Nothing can harm you. Nothing can take you off your center. Nothing can upset you. So one thing that you can do, now you don't have any other trump cards besides the Fool, but there are two meditations that are indicated here. This one here for the 6 is the solar light meditation. So I have all of those meditations are available on the website. You can find a link to those meditations by following the video description of this video. Right now, that solar light meditation is listed as a meditation for the sun card. And I have to redo that so that I have a separate sun card meditation. But for now, just use the sun card meditation to get that solar light meditation. Anytime you have a 6 come up in your reading, that solar light meditation is very good because it puts you right in alignment with that. It's a very brief meditation. You can learn how to do it on your own and just run that energy as many times a day as you think about it so that you're always in alignment with that divine design. Now, the longer meditation that would be recommended if you have time is the one based on the Fool card. And that is called, it's called A Journey of Innocence. a journey of innocence. And that's probably more like, I think, 20 minutes long. So it's a little bit more of a time commitment. This is about 2 minutes long. So, and that one you don't have to, do over and over again, but maybe do it once if you have time, just to align with that energy of the Fool, because that's where you want to be. You want to be on your innocent journey, getting all of your needs met, really focusing on nurturing your finances, your health, and your career, really opening up your creativity and letting go of any kind of influence that these conflicts might have over you, really disengaging with all of those conflicts completely and putting your focus entirely on that solar light so that you can be the Fool. And you want to be the Fool. You want to be that innocent journey, that innocent traveler that is moving through life, always guided, always protected, always at one with the divine design. You're doing so well, Leo. I will be here in 2 weeks for another reading for you, Leo, so I hope you come back. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Diane, Dre, and I Am Her Eminence. And thank you for spending some time with me today, Leo, and I hope to see you in a couple weeks. Until then, blessed be.